warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Okay, before I start my explanation, I want to introduce myself. My name is Afnadilla Afrilia. I come from TBI 3, first semester, the student of the College State Islamic University of North Sumatra. And here I want to share you about English morphology. And in this video, I want to teach you about word form, and lexeme. If you want to know, let's check this video. Okay, the first is definition of morphology. What is morphology? Morphology is a study of analysis of word structure, the branch or field of linguistics that studies the words in which are constructed or arranged out of smaller meaningful parts. Generally, morphology is all about syntax of word. Is it focused on the relative arrangement of morphemes in a word plus the principle and rule which determines. And second is word. Word is the smallest free form found in a language. This contrasts deeply with a morpheme, which is the smallest unit of meaning but will not necessarily stand on its own. A word may consist of a single morpheme. For example, like rock, red, quick, run, and expect. Basically, there are two types of words. The first is simple words. These are made of a single morpheme which cannot be segmented further into smaller meaningful units. Simple words are not decomposable, like tree, car, go. And second is complex words. These are made up two or more morphemes which can be segmented further into smaller meaningful units, like internationally. That is international. Okay, and next is talking about word form. Word form are the different ways in a word can exist in the context of language. Many words can exist as nouns, verbs, or adjectives, and change when prefix and suffix are added. For example, the word is beautiful, beautiful, and beautifully are the verb. Adjective and adverb forms the noun beauty, but they are not interchangeable when used in a sentence. And there is two classes of word forms. The first is consists of words which are phonetically similar and have got a common root morpheme, like play, playing, plays, and flame. Second, consists of the words that are phonetically dissimilar and do not share the same root morpheme, like example good, bitter, best, and another example bad. Words. And next is talking about word structure. In word structure, there are two basic approaches of representing the structure of a word. The first is hyphenic approach and tree structure approach. The hyphenic approach, it shows the morphemic boundaries in a word by using a hyphen. And in tree structure approach, it shows the details of the word internal organization. And next is morphemes. Morpheme is the smallest indivisible units in a word. In traditionally, there are two types of morpheme. The first is free morpheme and second is lexical morpheme. In free morpheme, these have a tendency of standing alone and they are of two categories. The first is lexical morpheme and functional morpheme. In lexical morpheme, these to carry most of the semantic content of the utterance. Example like nouns, verbs, and adjectives and adverbs. In functional morpheme, these do signal grammatical information in a sentence. They also perform a logical function. Example like articles, conjunction, pronouns, and preposition. And next, second is bound morpheme. Bound morphemes in nature cannot stand or base. In most cases, both morphemes are affixed. There are affixes that can change the word class of a particular word together with its meaning. These are termed as derivational affix morpheme. It is a verb building block. Morpheme is a small linguistic unit that can have a meaning or grammatical function. And then morpheme must be in 4 categories. The first is root, next affixes and stem, and finally is basis. Okay, finally is about lexeme. Lexeme is a unit of lexical meaning that exists regardless of the number of inflectional endings it may have or the number of words it might contain. It is a basic abstract unit of meaning. Lexeme belongs to a particularly syntactic category, has a certain meaning, and in inflecting language has a corresponding inflectional paradigm. That is, a lexeme in many languages will have many different forms. It may formal varieties of language. Lexeme have a categorization frames to account for the number and types of completeness. They occur within sentence and other syntactic structures. The notion of a lexeme is very central to morphology, and many other notions can be defined in terms of it. For example, the difference between inflection and derivation can be stated in terms of lexeme. The first is inflectional rules relate a lexeme to its form, and second, derivational rules relate